Physical pain plus psychological pain equals calamity. You're welcome, viewers, to my channel again. In our last episode, we dealt with two stories on page 2. They were patients turned prisoners, and then family lives in a giant nest. If you missed it, you can go back to the previous video. You will see it. I think that is video 227, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, in this episode, we continue with page 2. The next story is how you can negotiate your deal with the devil. I don't know how people negotiate. How you can negotiate with devil? I don't know. Anyway, let's read on. Namshi, you sold your soul to the devil, and now you are thinking you didn't get the best deal. Okay, now see. It's the question. Don't fret. Don't fret. Fret is F-R-E-T. Getting more for your Oh, this place is torn. Let's see if I can make anything out of it. Getting more for your surprised. I don't know if it's surprised or seconded spirit. Okay. I think viewers will be wise enough to make a meaning from it. Getting more from your okay. The next word is spirit. It's easy. Getting more for your seconded. Let me try to spell it. Viewers, please pardon me. It's been an old paper. It's S-U, I think R-R-O-N-D, then D-R-E-D. I don't know if it's seconded or surrounded or something or something. I don't know. But the next word is spirit. Getting more for your seconded spirit is easy. Let's use the word seconded. For your seconded spirit is easy. Say experts. With insider tips and tricks that can help you renegotiate. Let me show you the paper. So some of you can make meaning out of it. Where my finger is. My brain is dead now. This word should have been gotten very easily when I was young. So, okay. Can insider tips and tricks that can help you renegotiate. Very good. Okay. When I get the word, I trust me, I will come back and I will mention it in the next video or anytime that I get the meaning of the word. Okay. It's a little known fact that deals you make with the prince of darkness are far from ironclad. Are far from ironclad. Are far from ironclad. That's in inverted commas. Declares attorney Thomas Rutmore, founder of Celestial Concessions, Kingston, Jamaica, based Jamaica-based agency that specializes in contracts between mortals and demons. Paragraph and in inverted commas. Old Scratch, he's a screwed deal maker, full stop. But just because you signed on the dotted line doesn't mean you have to settle for the initial deal, full stop. Terms can always be adjusted to your favor. That's after you made a deal with the devil. So terms can always be adjusted to your favor. Brackets closed. Paragraph. Redmore's agency might sound like somebody's deal of a joke, but it's a deadly serious dash and wildly successful dash business. Let me repeat that. Redmore's agency might sound like somebody's idea of a joke, but it's a deadly serious and widely successful business. Full stop. Since opening doors in 1999, he says over 600 satisfied customers have shelled out $2,000 a pop for advice on renegotiating with Satan. Full stop. Paragraph. Critics dash. And there are many dash. Say Rootmore. And there are many dash. Say Rootmore is taking advantage of people who merely think their lives are being controlled by Satan. So people don't believe him. Mankind. It's difficult to understand him. If he's actually fighting Satan for people. How far has he himself been able to fight Satan for himself, against himself? Lives are being controlled by Satan. Others are convinced the attorney is providing an important and legitimate service for people who benefit greatly from his expertise. Full stop. Pardon me. Paragraph in inverted commas. When Thomas helps a person negotiate, the result is similar to that which occurs when an exorcist waves a Bible and a crucifix to drive away a demon. Inverted commas close. Explains Patrice Mason, a psychologist who refers clients to Redmore when her own attempts to help them by more conventional means fails. So she has a backer, a supporter. So it's a woman. Okay, let's go. Was there really a demon? Paragraph. Was there really a demon? It's a question. Maybe there was. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe there was. Maybe there wasn't. But the person who thought he was possessed feels better and the quality of his life improves. Okay, maybe it's psychological, I don't know. If Thomas can help a person with his negotiations service, who is to say that what he's doing is wrong? It's a question. I happen to think his fee is a small price to pay for a little peace of mind. Yes, if you don't have peace of mind and you go to him and you pay something and you get your peace of mind, it's okay. Whether he's exercising, whether he's negotiating on your behalf or not, it's another matter altogether. You go to Thomas, you pay, and then you have your peace of mind. All right. Well. Okay, I think we're finished with that. We shall now go to another story. Girl dumps hubby for dummy. Girl dumps hubby for dummy. This is it. Girl dumps hubby for dummy. Let's go. Namshi. Proclaiming her husband of 30 years a jerk and clod in inverted commas, So let me take it again. Proclaiming her husband of 30 years a jerk and a clod, Francine Jenkins has filed for quickie divorce so she can shack up with new love of her life, a full-size CPR dummy named Eel. Paragraph, inverted commas. It sounds crazy, but Eel is the man of my dreams, the 52-year-old uh, store clerk told reporters in Perth, Australia. And I can't wait for my divorce from Leonard to become final, so Eel and I can live happily forever. I don't know whether they are joking with marriage. You just can't marry like that. You marry and you get somebody else, you can't bear the former marriage. It was a mistake, so you divorce and then you go and marry again. How? Anyway, it's happening. This is what this article is telling us. And the names are there, the pictures are there. Pardon me. Uh, uh-huh. So I can live happily ever after. Let me see, let me repeat it again. Let me repeat that. And I can't wait for my divorce from Leonard to become final to Eel, and I can live happily ever after. Paragraph. I don't care how nutty you think I am after 30 years in a marriage. Okay, it's been quite long. In a marriage that won't soar after a few months. I'm entitled to give my heart to anybody I want, even Eel. Francis and Eel. Let me show you the photograph again. Francis and Eel, so you can see. That's the girl, and then that's Eel. Mm. Uh, to give my heart to anybody I want, even Eel, yes. Paragraph. Paragraph. Francine met the dummy of her dreams. Dummy of her dreams in inverted commas. Francine met the dummy of her dreams while taking a Red Cross CPR course. Eel had me the first time I pressed my mouth to his. Hey. Francine recalls with a girlish giggle. His lips were soft and responsive. Oh, this woman. His lips were soft and responsive, nothing like Leonard's. There was just something about him that made me want to take him home and shower him with affection. Full stop. Then in inverted commas, Eel is everything Leonard isn't. Eel is everything Leonard isn't. That the dummy has more qualities than the husband she's to divorce. Mm. Eel is everything Leonard isn't. Dash. Good looking, a great listener, and he doesn't hog the television remote. Full stop. She adds, inverted commas close, and then she adds, he knows how to make a woman happy. Eel knows how to make a woman happy. Leonard doesn't. You find a new lover, you try to spoil the old one. To give your reasons, to give people a false reason why you are changing. Maybe the real motive behind this is there. She won't say it out. Okay, she said some out. How to make a woman happy. He knows how to make a woman happy. Love didn't come cheap for Francine. She had to pay the Red Cross $1,000 for her plastic boy toy. Mm. Let me take that again. Love didn't come cheap for Francine. Full stop. Dash. She had to pay the Red Cross $1,000 for her plastic boyfriend. Hmm. Okay. Next sentence in inverted commas. It's a lot of money, I know. Inverted commas close. Francine confides. I know, Francine confides. Then inverted commas again. But I've never been happier. And that's the sad and that's sad and that's the sad truth. And that's the sad truth. New sentence. Leonard Jenkins admits that he was stunned when Francine broke the news to him, but he vows he won't give up his wife without a fight. I wouldn't. eh? I will learn the blues. I'll fight spiritually. Eh? He won't give up the. He won't give up his wife without a fight. Without a fight. I know I'm not perfect, comma, but I'm still better than a 6 foot pile of rubber and plastic. Of course, the new husband has plastic surgery. Than a 6 foot pile of rubber and plastic. The 60-year-old auto salesman told reporters, that's Leonard told reporters, I love Francine and I intend to keep her. Hey. Then they have to divide her into two. Hmm? One holds one arm, the other holds the other arm. Then they pull and divide it into two, as King Solomon expected the wayward woman to do. Women expected the arguing women to do. Pardon me. And I intend to keep her. I, I love Francie and I intend to keep her. New paragraph. The couple's children, Anthony, 26. Hey, they have grown up children. Anthony, 26, and Anastasia, 23, are hopeful their parents will eventually reconcile. I'm sure this is just mom's way of letting dad know she's not going to put up with his crap anymore, says Anastasia. Dad has never been an easy man to live with. Well, the children understand them well. He's crude, comma, demanding, and treats mom like she's his personal slave. But he's always deep in my sorry, but he's always deep. No, but he's always been a good provider, and I know deep in my heart that he loves her very, very much. That's one of the children stating that, Anastasia. Paragraph. But Francine insists that her plan to drop her husband is real. Okay. I need someone who will listen to me, love me, hold me close at night, she says. Leonard has never done any of that in the 30 years we've been married. But you've been able to stay with him for 30 years. Come on. Hmm? He's cold and uncaring, and I just can't take it anymore. Okay. Paragraph and inverted commas, and that's the last sentence. That's the last piece. Eel may be made of rubber, but he's still twice the man Leonard ever will be. He gives me compassion. He gives me companionship, compassion, and unconditional love. Ask any girl out there, I am the luckiest woman in the world. Hmm. Well, nothing is strange in this world. And this thing happened before 2003 because the paper is dated February 7 to 10, 2003. So things are happening around the world. Osofo Dazi actress is dead. This is a Ghanaian affair. Tenant butches landlord's daughter. Sorry, tenant butchers landlord's daughter. Let's go there. Osofo Dazi, the top story is about an actress, sorry, an actor, a popular Ghanaian actor who has passed away. So we'll go to the story under. I think this is it. Yes, tenant butchers landlord's daughter. Pam, Pamela, a dutiful daughter of a landlord in Kokomlemle, lost her tooth and had a bruised arm as a reward for scrubbing a bathroom. She was also hit many times with a pistol until blood oozed and was all over her body. Pamela said that on January 13, 2003, she reminded a lady tenant whose turn it was to clean the bathroom to do so, to clean the bathroom to do so because she was fond of leaving her work undone anytime it was her turn. Inverted commas. After telling her, I gathered my dirty clothes and began washing on the compound. All of a sudden, somebody slapped me from behind. Full stop. When I turned to look, it was the tenant I had earlier reminded. She pushed me until my back hit a wall close by. She narrated, full stop. She said that just as she was about to regain her balance, she felt a sharp pain in her arm. Full stop. She used a cutlass on me. What sort of tenant is this? Hmm? Fortunately for her, some people came around when she started shouting for help to rescue her. Full stop. It took six strong men over about 30 minutes to stop the fight between Tenant and Pamela. Come on, to stop the attack or to stop the fight? It was no fight. One person was fighting, the other wasn't. Okay, the story was by Ami Manley Kisse. Ami Manley Kisse of PMP. Uh, okay. Uh-huh. Another interesting story. Rapist. Rapist says he did it only once. Hmm? It is here. I did it only once. A 54-year-old farmer, Adeko Na, a resident of Tortibo, near Akosombo in the Eastern region, stunned the audience at the Manyan Krobo Circuit Court when he said confidently, without any sense of shame, that he had been in a relationship with a 30-year-old GSS girl for a year, but only had sex with her once. Even if you had a sex with her half, you did it. You had sex with her, even if it's half or one quarter. Mm. Uh, with her once. Your Honor, I proposed love to her and pledged to marry her after her GSS education. Full stop. Even though we have been together for some time now, I've had sex with her only once. He related confidently. It could be true, but the fact is that he had sex with her, that's all. Mm. He, he related confidently. Paragraph. Police Inspector Felicia Romano told the court presided over by Mr. E.H. Ampadu that the victim is a student of the Pompone JSS near Akosombo. On September 8th, 2002, the victim was returning from school and decided to visit a friend to collect a notebook from her. When she got to the area of the accused, he stood by the door and invited the victim to buy something for him. Hmm. When she innocently obliged and went to him, Adeko dragged her into his room and forcibly had sex with her and warned her to keep it a secret. Otherwise, she would die the very moment she revealed the secret. This is usually their trick. Mm? And some succeed, some keep it secret forever. Let me say so. Mm? If you reveal the secret. Paragraph. Thank goodness Adeko was about to be exposed. Thank goodness Adeko was about to be exposed when a neighbor saw the victim coming out of Adeko's room. Full stop. Suspicious, the neighbor went and questioned the accused. When the accused could not give any tangible reason, he reported him to the parents of the victim, who in turn reported the case to the Akosombo police. Full stop. During police investigations, Adeko admitted to filing the girl and said he pledged to marry her and therefore was taking care of her at school. He was consequently charged for the offense, and when arraigned before court, he was sentenced to 50 years imprisonment with hard labor. Story by Francis L. Saki. Francis L. Saki. Now we go to the next story. Our next story is titled. Our next story is titled "Call Girl Exposes Married Client." So let's go. Call girl exposes married client. Let's go. Chiebeso, residents of Chiobelo, a suburb of Teshi, Accra, had always held a 52-year-old businessman Kofi Amoaben, Mensah in high esteem as a responsible and respected family man until he portrayed his true self recently. Full stop. Paragraph. A charming young lady aged 22, whom a charming young lady aged 23, whom he had introduced to his entire household as a niece who had come for some money to set up a business, shockingly turned to be a well-known Tema prostitute whose services he had solicited earlier but failed to pay her. Oh my God. Life. Okay, paragraph. Thus, the lady of the night had followed him to his residence with the intention of staying there until he could pay up his arrears of 270,000 cedis. However, having waited for a day without any sign of receiving her money, the lady whose name PMP got as only Maggie, went wild and let the cat out of the bag. Oh my man, I don't know. Okay, paragraph. She reportedly held the collar of Amoaben's shirt at the time. The entire family at the time the entire family was at table for supper. Inverted commas. I cannot wait any longer. You either pay me the money now, or I sleep on the same bed with you and your wife tonight. She is quoted to have said, that's the prostitute is quoted to have said, and Maggie is reported to have said, to the total shock and amazement of all present. Full stop. Paragraph. It was when Mrs. Amwatin Mensah inquired from the supposed niece why she was treating her uncle that way that okay, the wife also believed that that was the uncle. The husband was the uncle of Maggie. That's good. It was when Mrs. Amwati Mensah inquired from the supposed niece why she was treating her uncle that way, that the enraged lady told them that she was not a family member, but a call girl who had come there purposely to collect an amount of money her husband owed her. Just as Mrs. Mensah expected, her trusted husband, just as Mrs. Mensah expected her trusted husband for almost 20 years, to throw the lady out for making such a serious allegation against him, Amoatim only went on his knees, pleading with her to calm down and collect the money. So to calm down, CALM, to calm down and collect the money so as not to disgrace the family. Full stop. He then hurriedly went outside and in no time returned with the money to pay her off. To pay her off that evening. Oh my God. Uh, uh, to pay her off that evening. It was after the said prostitute had left that the scuffle ensued between the couple, which attracted other neighbors to the scene. Paragraph. A family member who pleaded anonymity told PMP that on January 20th, 2003, Amoaben left home under the pretext of visiting her sick mother at New Edubiasi, and returned after 2 days with a said lady. Full stop. Unknown to the other members of the family, he was in a hotel in Tema. Oh my God, human beings, I don't know. Well, sometimes we are not serious at all. Eh? Let me take that again. Unknown to the other members of the family, he was in a hotel in Tema enjoying himself with a night worker. Since he could not pay the agreed charge at the end of it all, he had no option but to take the lady home with the aim of settling his debt later by PMP reporter. This reminds me of a story I read, I think in Lagos. Uh, these call girls, sometimes the people go in line and patronize them. Not just as soon as you finish, you go away. So people were waiting outside, and there are so many people around also. Then they heard the prostitute and the man shouting. No, the prostitute was rather shouting at the woman, at the man, at the client, shouting seriously. But from the other side, it was silence. The man never said anything. So people gathered and asked why she was behaving like that. You know her explanation? The man was on top of her, jerking. Pardon me to say that, jerking. And when he is about to come, he stops. He stops the activity. He doesn't want the pleasure to go fast. Meanwhile, the prostitute is waiting for clients. He's in a hurry. He wants you to finish and go fast so he can get more money. So my countryman will be there pumping. When he's coming, the woman knows he's coming. He himself knows he's coming. He will stop. And that's the way he was behaving until the girl got angry and he started a fight. That's, by the way, this just reminds me of the attitude of prostitutes. They could be right. Conman nabbed for fraud. Uh, let's go there. I did it only while I've read that. Fetish priest says he will now worship God. Okay. So let's see if we can go to Conman. Conman nabbed for fraud. The Akusa police have nabbed a businessman for defrauding the proprietor of Tricot Hotel at Pong in the Eastern region of 10.7 million cedis under the pretext of procuring for him a car, a refrigerator, and a color TV. Police Inspector CP Sampana told PMP that's paragraph. Police Inspector CP Sampana told PMP that the accused, Musa Bukari, look at that. And you know Musa, that's Moses. You bear these prophetic names and you behave like this. Musa Bukhari, and from the name is a Muslim or supposed Muslim. Musa Bukhari, who claimed to be a businessman, lives in Ashama, while the complainant, Mr. Tete Dagati, no, sorry, Mr. Tete Dungati, an accountant and proprietor of Tricot Hotel in a resident of Manya Krombo, Manya Pongono, in a resident of Manya Pongono in the Krobo Odumasi district. I think that's okay. We don't need to read the whole story. Okay, fetish priest says he will now worship God. Also, not so surprising, but let's go there. It's a short story. His Honor, Mr. G.S. Subare, His Honor, Mr. G.S. Subare, the chairman of the Kofredua Circuit Court B in the Eastern region, was surprised to the core recently when a well-known fetish priest, Nana Kole, at the Nkurankan New at Nkurankan near Kofredua, who was brought before him on the charge of stealing, plantain, shamelessly told the court, "My lord, it is unfortunate. My gods have disappointed me. My gods have disappointed me this time, just to disgrace me." Yes, that's Satan. Satan is a liar, a deceiver. They deceive you. Go and do it. Nobody will see you. Hmm? So the gods disappointed him and went and stole. Hmm? Paragraph. According to the prosecutor, Chief Inspector Mary Annan Atto, both complainants, Philip Quao and Felix Soa, as well as the accused person, lived in the same area. Nkrankan, in the same area, Nkrankan, a farming village near Kofredua. Full stop. On the day Nana Kole was arrested, he was allegedly seen coming from Felix Suene's farm around 11:30 p.m. How do you go to farm at this hour, during this hour? Eh? Around 11:30 p.m. with a basket full of plantain. Full stop. Felix Soa, who most often had his farm produce stolen and always on the lookout, approached him and asked him where he was coming from that time of the day, or rather that time of the night, I would say. Suspecting him, Soa sent him to the Nkronkron police station. Full stop. Nana Kwale at the police station admitted the offense. Nana Kwale, that's the thief, admitted the offense and mentioned that he also stole from Philip Kwao's farm that same night. Full stop. The police, after their investigations, brought him before court, and the court, after hearing, fined him 500,000 cedis, or in default, served 3 months in prison. Full stop. Nana Kwale, who couldn't pay the fine, told the court chairman that he would serve his 3-month jail sentence, after which he would begin worshipping God, for he has lost hope in his God. Oh my God. I don't know what pushes people to do those things. I think I told this story before. I remember in a village in northern Ghana when a blacksmith went to somebody's farm and stole. He had been doing it. It was a habit of him. The farm owner got to know it and also cleverly went to the farm midnight and climbed a tree and was watching to see who would come and steal the things, his produce. The farmer loaded a bag with yam, so he loaded it so heavily that he couldn't carry it. The farmer was on top watching him. He attempted carrying and he fell. It was too load. It was too heavy. Cheap things, you don't have to waste time on them. He has got a chip. He attempted carrying, he fell. He attempted carrying, he fell. Meanwhile, the farmer was walking towards him barefooted. So the next time he attempted carrying, the owner of the farm said, "Oh, please let me help you carry it." Midnight or after midnight, my countryman knelt down. Please fear God. Please fear God. Please fear God. You fear God, and you went and stole his farm produce, and it's not just one tuber or two for you. You loaded a bag such that you couldn't carry. When you are called, you say is to fear God. You see how life is. Anyway, viewers, I won't bore your ears with words. Let's end here, and that is page 3. The next time we come, we will go to the next story, whichever page it is. It may be page 4, it may not be. Living. This again is a session for women. I don't know if we'll go there. And then the next session also for women. Okay, anyway, we'll finish with page 3. Next time we come, we will try to see it will either begin from page 4 or something like that. Thank you very much. Bye bye. May God bless you for listening.